What's up, everybody? Mr. OG Games here. Big shout out to Joker, Ace, Soriano, Fly Guy, and Michael Kehoe. Thank you all for the support and sharing comments on the videos. It's most appreciated. And today, we're going to be talking about enchantments. Now, everybody pretty much knows the ins and outs, I would think, about enchantments, because as you play the game, of course, enchantments become sort of a big deal in order to gain strength and assets in the game. But what I wanted to talk today about is what my personal opinion is on the best enchantments for each type of equipment, and share a little bit of things we've been talking about in the OG Nation chat, and just go through things, sort of what I have in my beliefs in it anyway, to help better progress in the game and be that little bit much stronger. Now, obsidian, that is your friend when it comes to enchantments. And just a couple quick ways to get obsidian. The easiest way is packs. If you're a spender in the game, obsidian is a great way to... packs are a great way to get obsidian cheap. Not necessarily cheap, but the easiest way. Now, Castle 30 and over, you're going to get some from the World Challenge every day. Of course, events will share a little bit of obsidian, but also event. Let me show you here. For instance, the Infinite Wars Courage go down, you can get obsidian. So that's what I mean by events, event rewards. There's also other couple ways to get it. Your dailies, your daily chest. I think at chest 3 you get one piece. But doing these daily over and over will add up and will bring you obsidian. Now, when do you get into enchantments? Enchantments is the thing. Well, enchantments can only be done on equipment that is level 25 and above. 25 and above. Now, if we go ahead and step into the enchantments, you can see the enchantments I have. I'll talk about this here in just a little bit. But enchantments 25 and above, each time you roll for an enchantment, you use 25 obsidian. And to re-roll is 25. To re-roll again is 25 until you lock on and find one that you want to use. And that doesn't cost any obsidian to keep that. Once you find something you want to use, then of course you can, I'll step in here, you can fortify that. Fortifying it will cost X number of obsidian per level. And as you go up, some tier up way differently. Some tier up, a couple percentage at a time. Some is 0.8. It just depends on what enchantment you have went with. Now, also, when it comes to the level in which you can enchant to, when you have, say, a 25 white, we'll start at 25 because that's your base. Say if you have a 25 white piece of gear, you're only going to be able to level up so many times. Now, as that white piece of gear gets to 30, 35, and ultimately 40, the higher the equipment level, the more times that you can fortify it. Now, also, your equipment, you have white, you have green, you have blue, you have purple, and you have orange. Each one of those also yield a higher level. So the ultimate goal is level 40 orange equipment. That'll maximize the amount of times that you can fortify that piece. So, with that out of the way, I would strongly recommend, and if I knew what I know now back when I was at 25 equipment, I would have started doing this as well. It's been a big talk. It seems that when you're at a lower level, it's much easier to roll and get what you want versus if you try to do it later on. It may just be the luck of your roll, but it does seem like it's a little easier to get it when you're at that 25 mark. Now, what do I choose? What should be the best thing to benefit you? Well, in my opinion, it's fairly pretty simple. Damage is a key factor in the game. As you can see on the screen right now, you see a lot of things with the word damage in them for me. Damage is ultimately the top dog. Okay? So we'll go down the list of the weapon, belt, accessory, helmet, clothes, and boots, and what I have on each, and why I think it's going to be the best over all of them. Now, there is only one, in my opinion, that can range based upon the type of player that you are. Actually, three. So we'll start with the weapon, and as you can see, I've got the fiery crossbow, level 35. It's got an angel attack of 15.3 on it. Okay, if I wanted to fortify at this point, 380 is needed. But let's look and see what the choices are here. And this is one of the ones that can vary per player. So you've got damage increased against mages, which is great. A lot of players out there, there's still I would say, majority of players that are using mages as the back row versus archers. So damage against mages, that's a good find. Golem attack, not so much. Building speed, not maybe on your main equipment, but on some secondary pieces that you rotate in, that would help you there. Damage against infantry, mage attack, wounded limit, cav attack, infantry attack, and so on down the list. I've chose angel attack. Angel attack is, in the March setup I have, angels are a key factor. The T12 angel is strong. It's a beast. And that additional attack on that, which also comes in handy with the damage that I'm going to talk about here in a little bit, is exactly what I need. I run way more angels in an attack than I do archers. So this piece on the weapon is what can change first for any player, depending on what your goals are, what you're up against. But it's one of those where it's a rotating, in my opinion. Now, the next piece would be the belt. The belt, in my opinion, has to be increased when damage increased when attacking. Because you can see down the list, out of all the choices that you have, angel limit 650, that stacks up. Yeah, that's great, but why not take more damage, when attacking than raising your angel limit? So overall, that, in my opinion, damage increased when attacking, in my opinion, is one of the better pieces that you can have on this. If you have some secondary stuff, you can see damage increased in Elite Wars, but honestly, damage increased when attacking is roughly about the same in Elite War, so why not just roll with that anyway, because you're going to use that main piece when you're in Elite War. Unless you have just OP stats and you can run multiple sets of gear. Attack, damage increase when attack is your thing. Accessory, we'll go ahead and step out of that also. Accessory, you're pretty much going to be looking at the same thing. Damage increase when attack. It outweighs all of the other choices, in my opinion. Damage increase when attacking is going to be way better than archer attack, mage attack. It's just going to bring your stats up that much more on attack. As far as the helmet is concerned, we'll go to your helmet real quick. Royal Crown. Now, looking at these choices, I have to where and this falls back to what I said earlier, a majority of the players out there are still running mages in the back line. So reduce damage from mages. Get this pretty high, and mage attackers, when they're hitting you, are going to severely suffer. And that's what I've went with. If you're going up against a lot of archers in your realm, well, maybe that would be the choice for you. A couple things on some secondary stuff: monster speed attack for hitting monsters. If you're doing a lot of gathering, which I'm not even going to go into that on a main, but that's there as well for you. But as you can see, the reduced damage from mages is what I've went with. Going to the close, the same thing. And this is actually the only piece that I've not gotten orange yet. In the works though, but the same thing. I've ran reduce damage from mages as well, because that'll stack up with the one I already have. And last but not least would be the boots. And you can see the boots I have is damage taken reduced when attacking. Once again, damage taken reduced means that I'm going to severely take a whole lot less damage from you when I attack you. And weighing that over the other choices, like I said, now this is a good piece, especially for rotating and stuff in, depending on what you're doing. But as far as your overall piece, I would think, my personal opinion, damage taken reduced when attacking is going to give you the most benefit. Now, if we look at all the ones that I'm running, okay, reduces damage from mages, 15.9, paired with my other reduced damage from mages at 15.9. That's insane, right? It's insane. Now, my damaged increase when attacking, 26.8, versus my other damaged increase when attacking at 29.2. Massive amounts of damage increase. And that right now is what is taking me all the obsidian. I'm getting ready to level this one up. I'm getting really close. But you're looking at a 1.2% increase, which is crucial. 1.2% isn't a whole lot, but it is a lot when it comes to this game. Now, the other one I'm running, of course, is Angel Attack. We talked about that earlier. I am very heavy Angel Attack with the calves, and that piece right there, that's the only reason why I'm still rocking it, and I'm not probably going to change that either. Now, as far as some other things that I have, Angel Limit, you know, Monster Speed Attack is a good one. Even have some damage increase when attacking on this little guy. Gather Speed Boost, that's been there for quite some time. The other ones are just pretty much what the first one it landed on. Recruitment Speed Up, that's good to rotate in with that actual piece of equipment when you're recruiting troops. But yeah, that's it. Enhancements, key. I would definitely start soon as you hit 25 and you get it on a piece that you've committed to. And when I say commit, I mean, are you going to be an archer player? Are you going to be a mage player? Once you find out what you're going to commit to in the long run, and you start stacking that up, and you get on one of these that are really good at the beginning, obsidian, as it comes in, you're going to be able to level it up, fortify it, and by the time you're 30, 35, you're going to be pretty strong. Pretty strong. But that's it on enchantments. I think everybody should focus on what's going to benefit them the most. But really what it comes down to is what's going to make you better on attacks, because that's the name of the game. And damage surely does deliver just that. In the coming months, I will be doing some breakdown videos of the stages of the game. Okay, castle levels 1 to 22, you know, maybe 22 to 26, 26 to 34, and then 34 maybe to 37, and 37 to 40. Just breaking those down to see and give you my opinion, and maybe a couple others' opinions rolled in with that, as I'm doing some shared work with an individual that's helping me out work out some stats. A little visual aspect as well to kind of show you what's going to be best, and really just give you a ballpark on what to focus on and how to get there and be the strongest player that you can be, either spending or not spending, at each of those cap levels. So stay tuned for that in the coming months. It's in the works as well. But that about wraps it up for enchantments. I hope you all can get a little bit out of that, and I hope it helps you be that much stronger of a player. But as always, if you guys like the video, smash the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, y'all keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.